Namaskar dosto. A warm welcome to you all in this new episode on fundamental stock analysis. Hope you and your near and dear ones are safe and healthy. Friends, when I started this stock analysis series around 4 months back, my first analysis was Lux Industries. The stock price was around rupees 2000 then, which is now zoomed by 100% to rupees 4000. Today, I am going to talk about another company from the same industry, a competitor of Lux. This company also has a strong brand recall and its stock has gained around 50% in last 3 to 4 months. The name of the company is Rupa and Company Limited. Friend, my name is Milind and once again a warm welcome to you all. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do it right away so that you can keep getting notifications on various companies, various aspects on the stock market that I will be covering in future as well. Couple of disclaimers before we start. The companies covered in the stock analysis series are by no means a buy or sell recommendation. These videos are created purely for educational purposes. An investor is further expected to do his or her own research before making a buy or sell decision. So friends, let's start with today's episode. Here the curtain goes up. So friends, let's see what we have today in our magic box. Today, we will talk about the company, its products and services. We will also talk about the company's moat and future growth levers. Then we will see who are the company's competitors, what could be the challenges, what could be the threats that company may face in future. Then we will talk about the company's financials and key ratios. And towards the end, we will do a SWOT analysis. We will see the summary and then we will decide if the company is worth an investment at current market price. So friends, let's start with the company. Rupa and Company Limited was incorporated in 1985. It has 4 facilities, one in Domjur, that is in West Bengal, Tirupur in Tamil Nadu, Bengaluru in Karnataka, and Ghaziabad in NCR. And it has capacity to produce 7 lakh finished goods per day. It is catering to men's and women's interwear, thermal wear, and fashion wear. It has products across mass market, economy, mid-premium, premium, and super premium categories. So friends, it caters to all the categories right from mass market to super premium category. And it has a strong brand recall. Across these various categories, it has established brands like Euro, Frontline, John, Macroman, Macro Woman. And there are various others as well. Friends, look at this screen. You can see there are different brands, different products across men, women and kids, as well as across the various segments like premium segment, super premium segment, economy segment, mass market segment. If you see in the economy segment, it has John. In the mid-premium segment, it has brands like Euro, Frontline. In the premium segment, it has the brands like Macroman and Macro Woman. It is also licensed to manufacture, market, and sell the products from international brand Fruit and Loom. And in the super premium segment again, it is been licensed to manufacture, market, and sell from the well-known international brand FC UK. So friends, these are various brands catering to various segments and various genders. Friends, now let's talk about company mode. Company has a diverse product portfolio, bucket of brands across price segments. We saw this in the previous screen. It caters to men, women, and kids, and it also caters to various price points, right from mass segment to the premium and super premium segment. It has a strong distribution network. It has around 125,000 retail touchpoints, 1,200 dealers, 11 exclusive branded outlets, and its products are also available on leading e-commerce platforms. It is strategically making presence in mid-premium to super premium brands. So far, its majority of the revenue is coming from value, economy, or mid-premium brands. But now it wants to increase its footprint into premium and super premium brands. It has licensing of international brands, and it is outsourcing labor-intensive processes so as to keep its asset base light as well as to keep its employee base light. Friends, let's talk a bit more on this licensing of international brands. So friends, as I stated sometimes back, the company has got exclusive license from well-known international brands like Fruit and Loom and FC UK. Fruit and Loom is well-known and largest international brands in the innerwear category, whereas FC UK is a globally known premium apparel brand. So it has got exclusive license to develop, manufacture, market, and sell these international brands. And these brands are widely accepted by consumers. So it has extensive range of products across men, women, and kids segment and across all price points. It is strong in East India, and it has also gained significant share in North, and now it is trying to increase its footprint in the South India as well. Its products are available on leading e-commerce sites like Amazon, Myntra, Paytm, Flipkart, and it has got a strong brand endorsement through celebrities like Ranveer Singh, Ranbir Kapoor, Anushka Sharma, Siddharth Malhotra, etc. The company is exporting to the Middle East regions, Russia, USA, Singapore, and it is planning to expand its export footprint as well going ahead. So friends, look at this screen. Coupa over last decade has gained various awards from state governments or the leading financial magazines like Economic Times, etc. So it shows the company's focus on the quality as well as the strong brand recall it has. Now let's see the growth strategies about the company. Let's talk about the future growth levers. So e-commerce penetration. Friends, as I stated, company's products are listed on leading e-commerce portals like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, right? And there is a lot of scope to increase the revenue from the e-commerce platform as more and more internet penetration and more smartphone affordability, as well as more and more new generation is getting into the market. Second future growth lever is the increased exports. Currently, it is exporting to the countries like Middle East, Russia, USA, and it wants to increase its export footprints. So that could be another growth lever for the company. Women's innerwear is another growth lever. Friends, let's talk more about this. Indian innerwear market is primarily dominated by women's innerwear, which accounts for 66% of the total innerwear market. Branded innerwear contributes around 38% to 42% of the women's innerwear market, and this share is expected to grow to 45% to 48% by 2023. It is expected to grow at an impressive rate of 2.5% over the next decade. In 2018, the market size was approximately 210 billion rupees, which is expected to grow rupees 680 billion by 2028. Friends, growing number of working women, changing fashion trends, increased awareness about better fits, quality, brands, colors, styling, increasing per capita disposable income, rising level of information and media exposure have given this industry altogether a lot of new dimensions. And this trend is not restricted to just metros or tier 2 city. This trend is not just restricted to metros and tier 1 cities, but this is spreading in tier 2 and tier 3 city as well. Shift from price sensitive to a brand sensitive category. Premiumization. So friends, as and when the disposable incomes will keep rising, the people will shift from the mass segment or the value segment to the premium or super premium category. And this segment definitely fetches better margins for the company. Shift from unorganized market to organized market. Currently, this entire industry is being dominated by unorganized market, and they are having a share of 65%. But as and when the consciousness about the brand, the consciousness about the quality, fitment will increase, this share will slowly start moving to the organized market. This is already happening, and the companies like Rupa will be the key beneficiaries of these shifts. Emerging new categories like nightwear, swimwear, athleisure, activewear. So these are the new categories which will keep adding to the revenue and profits for the company. So shift from economy, sub-premium to premium and super premium category. Higher discretionary spending, rising number of working women, and growing fashion consciousness are the future growth levers for the company. Companies targeting higher sales from premium brands and super premium brands. So the premium brands like Macroman M series, Fruit and Loom, FC UK, these brands have higher potential to grow and it has higher margins as well. And Rupa's brand in this segment has direct competition with the Jockey, which has already captured the premium market in the innerwear industry. The company, the Rupa company, has priced its products similar to Jockey, And the good part is that it has recently saw an uptick in the demand trend and is trying to increase its presence in general trade and e-commerce. So premiumization is going to be another key growth lever for the company. And foray in newer markets, further penetration in the existing markets, these will also add to the more revenues for the company. Look at this screen. These are the various future opportunities to drive growth. Emergence of purpose-specific innerwear, sporty, casual, fashionable is widening the market. Increased income levels and high spending power. Growing urbanization. Growth in penetration of organized retail. Changing fashion trends and increasing influence of electronic media leading to branded products. So these are the various factors that will drive the future opportunity for the growth like the companies of Rupa. Right? So look at the competition that Rupa is facing. So you have the well-known and branded competitors like Page Industries, Dollar, Lux Industries, which are the direct competitors of Rupa. So in super premium brand, if you see, Rupa has a brand from Pepsi UK, whereas Dollar has Pepe and Lux Industries has OneNet. In the premium brand, it is dominated by Jockey from the Page Industries. In the sub-premium brand, Rupa has Euro and Frontline, whereas Dollar has Dollar Big Box, Lux Cozy. In economy, Rupa has Dawn, Dollar has Dollar Leher, and Lux has Lux Venus. If you see, these are the companies which are having their own brand recall and they are commanding a good market share in this industry. So Rupa has a strong competition from the companies like Lux Industries, Dollar, Page Industries, etc. Now let's talk about some weaknesses and concerns. The main raw material is a cotton, and the volatility in the raw material prices could be a dampener for Rupa's profitability, or for that matter, profitability of the companies operating in this segment. It has competition from peers. We saw Lux, Dollar, Page Industries are well-known companies. They are having strong brand recall, and any aggressive approach by peers in terms of discounts, promotional schemes can impact the revenue and profitability of the company. Changing consumer behavior. The constant bombarding from the electronic media, social media is causing a lot of fluctuations, lot of changes in the consumer behavior. And if the company is not able to respond to these changes, to this behavior in time, to the consumer preferences in the time, then it can lose the market share. And the company also plans to increase its foray into the premium and super premium brand. And it has tough competition from Jockey there. Jockey has already established its presence. It has a strong, loyal base of the customer there. So Rupa will have to make a lot of efforts to gain share in this market. So these could be like various weaknesses and concerns and competition for Rupa. So friends, as usual, I have divided this video in two parts. So we are coming to the end of part 1, and please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And friends, don't go anywhere. The second part is immediately coming. तो दोस्तों, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है. Stay tuned and thanks for watching this video.